welcome to the NailStruggles channel, where I, Miss NailStruggles, tried to try all the nail things so you don't have to. Today, our flexi hand is making an appearance. I think I'm going to try to call her Carmina, so we'll see how Carmina decides to act and play right with us today. Today, we are going to do that gradient manicure that you're seeing all over the internet, and most of the time when I've seen people do it with acrylic. So I thought I would do this for those of you who may be art challenged or acrylic challenged, or you're starting your nail journey and you're like, I would love to have all 27,329 colors it takes to make all the gradient manicures, but you don't have to. So y'all gotta forgive me, because Carmina, bless Carmina's soul over here, I swear Carmina is like attracting all the microbial dust and everything that's just in the atmosphere. I think I breathe on her and then it's attracting to her. So you need to be aware of that with these nice little flexi hands. They attract like a crap ton of dust. But anyway, let's move on with the show, shall we? So today I am actually going to use the iGel polishes. So this is iGel DD115 in the color Vivacious, which is a very, very beautiful purple. Now, here's the thing about making gradients. As long as you have your favorite gel polish color and you have black and white, you can make a myriad of different colors, and you don't need to have 5, 10, 20 of all of the different colors. Literally, you really just need a mixing palette. Like this mixing palette is actually a bathroom tile I bought from Home Depot for 15 cents, y'all. 15 cents. You can do 15 cents. So when you're riding by your Home Depot, your lovely Home Depot, go in there and stop by and get you some. They're very inexpensive. I get a few of them at a time so that I can do different things with them. Nevertheless, and all I have here is a nice trusty little, these are cheap little gel brushes that you can find on eBay and on Amazon. I have a little dampen dish that I've actually added in some both alcohol and a little acetone in to clean my brush off on. So let's get started. So we see the Vivacious is our primary color, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of that in one spot. And the point of doing a gradient is that you basically want to go lighter to the left and darker to the right. So if I'm going to do all 5 fingers, I usually make whatever my base color is that I'm working with to be on my middle finger. And no, I'm not flipping you off, alrighty, unless you deserve it, which hopefully you don't. But anyway, that's usually what I make the middle color, and then I leave enough space so that there is enough for me to make colors for all 5 fingers. You really only need to do 4 blotches of these, but I do 5 only so that I can see the progression of the gradient. And plus, you know, how often do you all use a bottle of polish? Unless you're like me, blacks and whites I actually go through in a few months. So what I do start with is a dollop of polish for each of the colors it is that I want to make. I usually start with 1 drop of each one. Now, in order for me to get the lightest color, in order to make that gradient, I usually start with white polish, and that's where I use the largest dollop of white. So usually it's 1 giant full dollop of white that I kind of just let drip off the brush into the gel polish. Now for me to get the next gradient right here, I actually add maybe about a half of a dollop of white, and I'm also going to show you this trick as well. I'm going to add just a smidge, and I mean probably a half of a smidget of black. I probably don't even need all of that. Oh God, Carmina has gotten some polish on her. Nevertheless, we're going to get that off of her. So once I do that, I'm not going to actually mix in all of that black because I really only wanted half of that, but you all are going to get the drift when I continue on. The next one, this is our base color that we want to keep, and then we want to go darker. Now it's really, really easy to do the darkest color because you add the greatest amount of the black pigment there, where it almost looks like the rich, deep color. I'm looking for a deep eggplant, so I'm going to do an entire drop of black polish for the last one, and then for this one I'm probably only going to do about a half of a dollop of black polish. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my trusty little brush here, and I'm just going to get to swirling and mixing and swirling and mixing and swirling and mixing until I get to the right progression of color it is that I'm looking for. And as you can see, this color is significantly lighter than the base color it is that we started with. I happen to use iGel polishes because that's what I have in my collection. I have some other colors in that too, but this is the one that I think that is a lot easier for people to get, especially with them having a 60% off sale. And I really want to use affordable products on here for you. So the next color we're going to have to mix, I usually just wipe it off with a little piece of paper towel. Take your trusty brush, wipe it, dip it in your cleanser, and then we're only going to use half of that black. I'm not going to use all of that black. And then we're going to mix. And as you'll see, we get a significantly lighter color. I didn't mix all the black in there because I didn't want to, But we're just checking, we're checking, and as we see, this color is a little darker than this color, but it's still lighter than what our base color is. So let's continue on, and then now we're going to mix up this color with just the black in it, and as we should get a little more color that's closest to the color aubergine. If you don't know what that color is, go ahead and look it up. You'll feel real bougie one day if you're in circles if you can say the color is aubergine. Aubergine, say it with me now, aubergine. All right, and last but not least, let's mix up this last color that has pure black, and with the pure black and with the purple in there, it's gonna look like just some really rich deep eggplant color. And if it's a little too black for you, which this is, I think I'm gonna add just, actually I probably could leave it, but I'm gonna just add just a smidge of purple here, and then I'm gonna mix it in until I know that I get the depth of the deep purple. That is actually perfect. That it is that I'm looking for. So I'm gonna tell you right now, for those of you that are starting your nail journey, or you know, maybe you're a seasoned professional, you got a bajillion colors, and you know, it's always, oh my god, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's always that one person that want a tone of a color that is not on the nail swatch. And I don't even want to say, do you see the color? Is the color on the swatch? You don't see the color on the swatch, right? Which means I don't have it. But sometimes in order to please people, you have to basically do some mixing and matching. And if you are a nail professional, you've been in this career for some time, you already know. You probably mixed 5,223 colors by now. You probably have a collection of 2,329 acrylics, because somebody always wants something that you don't have on the swatch. Nevertheless, let's move on. So now that we're done with all of our colors, you can see that there is definitely a progression from this lightest purple all the way to our deep, which looks like a deep rich eggplant purple color. All right, so let's go ahead and paint those on. I actually use the same brush. I just dip it in my little alcohol acetone cleaner, and then I proceed to polish. You probably want to get yourself, sometimes I will use the polish brushes that are in the jar, but I have to do so much cleaning in order to get them off so that the colors don't contaminate. I usually just find myself a small brush like what I'm using now in order to paint. So with this one, I'm just kind of painting flatly. Yes, I've gotten it on the sides, forgive me. We're still trying to paint with a brush. I have a few different brushes, and that I do like. And if you haven't seen my brush haul, you can look at the Simply Simmons brushes that are Michaels. Those are some really good brushes for gel and for painting and that as well. So we've gotten our first color on Carmina over here. Then we're going to move to the second color. I just dipped the brush in my alcohol acetone mixture, and we're painting it on thinly. Yes, we are. And then we make enough, you know, I try not to make too much, because sometimes when I'm making colors like this, I don't want to make a whole lot, number one. Number two, you know, the likelihood of somebody wanting to come back to get those exact same colors is usually a very slim chance of that happening. And so because of that, I tend to just mix up enough for just like a nail or two, and not have to worry about trying to keep that color forever, unless I see that it's a popular color. Then I may proceed to look for the color in the collection, because I think I own them over maybe, I don't know, 300 nail polishes. But anyway, moving on, and then we're going to paint with our base color, which is this rich vivacious purple from iGel, which does go on a little sheer at first, but you know, like a lot of polishes, you build them up with a couple coats, you'll be okay. I do like mixing these colors. They are very easy to mix, and you know, and then plus for myself, I'm not gonna talk about everybody else. Heck, I want colors too that I don't have, where I see something from a new polish collection and I'm like, oh, I want that color. But of course, guess what? I am not always willing to spend the minimum $100 to get free shipping, because I'm one of the people, I don't like paying for shipping. So if I can't do the whole collection, or if I can't do enough to get to the free shipping, it's like, okay, I have to mix it until I can. All right, so this came out a little sheer, but no problems. We can always mix more. I'm probably not going to though. All right, and last but not least, let's go ahead and swoop up our really deep eggplant purple here, and we're going to paint that on. Ooh, I'm painting all of Carmina's cuticles. Thank God for cleanup brushes. And the fact that with this FlexiFinger, I love it, because even if I cure it on there, it's not a big deal. It wipes right off. So let's try to do a little cleanup. We don't want her walking out there like that. You don't want your work out there like that. So, all right. So what next thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and cure. All right, got her cleaned up. I'm probably gonna go in with a little bit that's left here. And there we go. So let's go ahead and cure that. Pop her in the oven and let her cook. We're going to let her cook. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now that you have your progression of color, you can easily see that you can take any color combinations of blue, of red, and even if you wanted different colors of gray or even gradients of white into cream, as long as you have pretty much a good white and a good black base in your collection, you cannot go wrong. So for those of you who haven't, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so you can come back here and learn some things. I'm just trying to teach the masters some tricks and stuff, because hey, we're all out here trying to get to this, do this nail journey stuff, and we are also trying to save our coins. And so I want to help you save your coins as much as possible. All right, I went off camera and I actually mixed up a little bit more color so that you could see right here that Carmina has her gradient manicure. We were able to very easily do this with your favorite bottle of polish and with black or white. So be adventurous, be creative today. If you want this beautiful gradient manicure, all you really need is your favorite base color, black and white, and you're good to go. All right, hope you learned something today. If you can, tell me what are some of your favorite colors that you like to wear as gradients down in the comments. And again, I'm doing a secret giveaway, so if you haven't entered, it's your fault. I have something very lovely for my secret giveaway and for when I get to my 100 count subscriber fulfillment. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And you know, as I always sign out with, nail babes, life is too short to wear a boring set of nails. And we're out.